Hi, everyone. For today's episode, I thought we would talk a little bit more about mental and physical wellness. This is a topic that I pride myself in, that I feel a lot of people ask me about because they want to know what I do to keep my mental and physical wellness at its prime. So, when I think about that, for me, I feel like it's probably very normal, some of the things I do, but, I think a lot of people wonder, like, how do you do it, or how do you do it all, or what do you do so that you are showing up as your best self? So, I'll start by saying that there are a few things that, I think are so important that help me throughout each day. And it starts really with a few things. Like when I wake up, the very first thing I do is, one, I don't have my phone right beside me in my room. That is a true fact. I try to unplug the phone, or I have it plugged in another room. And I make sure that it's not the first thing I look at, which was a habit that I had to break, and I had to break that fast. So that really helped. And then we're talking mental wellness here. So I made sure that the first thing I do when I wake up is I actually write in my gratitude journal. Actually, it's just a journal, but I call it a gratitude journal because I start with writing the 3 things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes it's 5. And then I write a positive affirmation for myself for that day and what I want that day to be about. It gives me something that I can repeat throughout the day. Sometimes I write the same affirmation every single day, and that could happen for like a week or 2. But often it changes, and I think that keeps me grounded throughout the day. So I start with 3 things I'm grateful for, and then I write a positive affirmation. So that sets the day off on the right tone. And then I'll do a 5-minute meditation. And I do it lying down. I don't pressure myself to sit up or get a block or whatever. Usually this is before the kids wake up. Before anyone wakes up, I'll do a 5-minute guided meditation. If that doesn't happen, because sometimes maybe the girls wake up or, we're off to a late start, I will do a guided meditation as I get ready. So I'm doing my makeup, or if I'm taking a shower, I'll actually have a guided meditation blasting in the bathroom. And that is a true story. And my family laughs because they'll always think that someone's in the bathroom with me because I have a guided meditation going. And I do a morning meditation. I usually use various apps. So if you can use the Peloton app, you can use the Calm app. You can find even YouTube. You can find some guided meditations. There's also the Go Zone Plus app, which has meditations. So I use various apps to do guided meditations, but that for me is like really what sets the tone for the day, is really the gratitude journal, positive affirmations, and then the guided meditation. Other things I do for my mental wellness is and I do this with the girls, we always say to each other, today's going to be a good day. And they repeat it back to me, and we make sure we say that before they start school. The other thing that I do at the end of the day, which I think is so important, is that with my girls, I ask them, name one thing that you're grateful for today. And it's usually more than one, but we do that every night before we sleep. It's part of our prayer. We say a prayer every night, the same prayer. And then we end the prayer with, tell me something that you're grateful for today. So I think that just kind of ties into the beginning of the day and closing the day off with gratitude. I think, that's so important. It's important for me, my family, and it's something that we really, really prioritize is gratitude. The other thing that I think you all know is fitness is very essential to me and who I am. So I always make time for a workout in the morning, and sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 30, depending on the day, but I will make some time for movement, and that usually happens in the morning. It's like a non-negotiable for me. So I actually block time off in my calendar. This could be, usually it's around 10 to 11 that I block it off, and that's my me time. If I don't get a workout in, I will make sure that I do get some movement. So I go for a walk. I could even go with the girls after school. We go for a bike ride. It doesn't necessarily have to be a workout in a gym, but I do commit to movement every single day, typically in the morning before my day gets going. I often do this, again, without opening up my computer. I think the bad habit I had to break was really, before I got a workout in, I'd start my computer and then I'd get into emails and then the workout would get skipped. So I always tell myself, don't open my computer until I've done my workout. The other thing I do, especially I guess it ties in mental and physical wellness, is really ensuring that I have a lot of good foods in the house. So we try to stock up on healthy foods, healthy snacks, and that's always in our fridge so that when I am hungry, I have something to grab. And I'm not saying that I don't go out to eat because we eat out quite often, but we do have great food available at home. And when I do eat out, I enjoy and I feel zero guilt about that. I'm all about balance. I'm all about I am totally all for treating yourself. I don't believe in cheat meals. I think that's a crazy term. So yeah, I think it's important to nourish ourselves with good food and to not associate guilt when it comes to food. So that is all part of the mental and the physical wellness. The other thing I do to support optimal wellness is I set a bedtime alarm. So at 10 o'clock, my alarm goes off to remind me that it's time to wind down. So I know that's probably late for some people, but I set a 10 o'clock alarm, and that kind of triggers me to say, hey, I got to start winding down, like, whether it's turning off my computer, getting off my phone, and I allow myself some time before I go to bed to really like be off my phone. Like I'm not scrolling. I try to not scroll in bed. Like, cause that for me, I think is what gets me going at night. So I try not to do that. And I think it's a habit that we all need to implement in our lives, is really to stop the scrolling at night. So I have a bedtime alarm. I do that, and so that it starts to wind me down. And then I also do a bedtime meditation. So I will do a guided meditation. I'll lie down and I'll do lights off, everything calm, and I'll listen to a guided meditation for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I go to sleep. So that, guys, in a nutshell, is kind of what I feel has really helped me optimize my health and wellness at home. And hopefully it has helped you too. Thanks for listening.